What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. It's been a few days since I've uploaded. First off, I want to final update on Mega Bloks Charizard, and I had a little Charmander. I put him on there too, but yeah, finished him off. Does the whole flaps his wings. Kind of cool. Anyway, yep, got him done. So that's the update on that. And I mentioned in a previous video about some, I think they're on TikTok, I think they're on YouTube. I don't know. But I know they're on Facebook, and their names are, or their usernames are Keep It Casual, MTG, and Rip, Pull, Repeat, I believe. And they do a lot of really cool in-depth rules analysis for Magic the Gathering. And so, like I said in my last video, I couldn't think of the names off the top of my head, but I did track them back down and got their names and all that stuff. So I wanted to give those guys a shout out because, like I said, they're doing the Lord's work when it comes to just doing that kind of stuff, right? Where just diving into the nuance of the rules for Magic the Gathering, and just it's very impressive because it is very, very deep. It can go very, very deep, and so. They're the guys I go to for all my rules questions and all that stuff, and they're really good at explaining it and then also showing it. Also, Keep It Casual has he does like 3D printing and stuff like that. He does deck boxes and things like that, so that's pretty cool. And I don't know if he sells his blueprints for his Commander deck boxes, and if he has other deck box styles, I'm not really sure, but check them out. They said they're pretty good. On the subject of trading card games, there's the new like a new scam drop, whatever you want to call it. A couple of gosh dang, I'm having a really hard time. A couple vendors that are pretty prominent in the community are, and I'm sure a lot of people have heard about this already, but they're doing a masterclass on how to start becoming a Pokemon card vendor for like card shows and stuff like that, and it's $2,500 master class where they'll teach you how to network, and they'll teach you how to take your inventory from $0 to $15,000. Now I don't know what the time frame is to make that 15 grand. But on paper, people are probably looking at that and saying, sounds good. And there's people that are really devout followers of these people. And I would not be surprised to see that they get all that people pay them, right? People are going to pay them $2,500 to go and to have a master class on something that is like, you can find all the free information you need on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and on Facebook. Now, the networking thing, yeah, sure, networking is really important, and it helps to know people within the space, but I really feel like you could, I think if you just spend enough time going to shows, and if you set up a booth every now and then, and there's better ways to spend your $2,500. I mean, you could spend that $2,500 to buy your own inventory. I mean, how you split, unless you've got cash to burn, I feel like it's sending a really bad message. I feel like it's sending I think it's an issue of like because these guys, they make really big trades. They sell and they trade a lot, and then they buy a lot. And so I think people are going to get the wrong impression, and they're going to say, oh, I could just, if these guys are going to teach me how to make $15,000 at a card show, I could quit my job and just do card shows. But the reality of it is like YouTube, right? You hear it on YouTube all the time. Like, not everyone's going to be Mr. Beast. Not everyone's going to be Markiplier. Not everybody's going to be, not everybody is going to achieve that level of status where they're going to be able to make a lot of money selling Pokemon cards at card shows, because and I know why they're doing it, and it's really nefarious that it's trying to manipulate people to get into the hobby to help keep it from crashing so that they can continue to keep making money. And just my opinion, just off the top of my head, people typically aren't offering $2,500 master classes to X amount of people if they're doing well. I don't think, because that these guys have to have people coming up to them at conventions and asking them, hey, how are you successful? And they're freely telling them at the conventions. And like I said, you can there's millions of videos on YouTube. I'm sure you can find one that's going to tell you how to be a good vendor at a convention, regardless of the hobby. And like I said, I think it's a way to try to manipulate people into getting into the vendor side of it so that they can keep the market from crashing with the Pokemon TCG. And I think it's kind of sleazy, and I think it's a little underhanded. And one of the guys that's putting on the whole masterclass is like a crypto bro, I believe. I don't know. From what I could find on him, that's what I could find, right? Is that, so he got into the whole crypto thing and sold people on crypto. And then as soon as it was high, he sold all of it, and now, left a bunch of other people holding the bag, and he got out and then immediately flipped those profits into Pokemon so he could try to price people out of the Pokemon hobby. And that's a whole nother issue in itself. Booster packs used to be $4.49 a pack. Now they're $6 a pack. And that's no matter where you go. That's Target, Walmart, Best Buy. $6 for a booster pack now. I mean, it bumped $1.50 just in the last 6 months. And now back in the 90s, back in my day, they were $3.50, I think. And so to go from $3.50 to $4.50 in the past 27 years or whatever, to jumping a whole nother $1.50 within 6 months, we have a serious problem on our hands. And I think we as an actual community of collectors need to really start pushing back against these guys that are forcing even not only just the secondary market, but retail market to jack up their prices. Because I just bought a booster bundle the other day from Walmart, and they were $27. You were basically getting them for $4 a pack if you bought a booster bundle. And I bought one the other day. I've managed to find hit a restock, and so I bought a booster bundle of Journey Together, and it was $37. So they hiked the price $10. Now you're actually paying, over that old retail for. It's just ridiculous. And I mean, a booster box used to be $150, and now you can't find them for less than $200, and that's for sets people don't even want. But yeah, I think that this whole masterclass thing is another step in the wrong direction, and I hope people don't sign up for it. And I hope that it's not successful, because if it's successful, it means that more vendors are going to start doing it, and it's going to sucker more people into a like a sunk cost fallacy, where where even if they're not making money at card shows, if they paid that $2,500 to do the masterclass, then we are going to see more people do that, and then they're not going to be making any money either. Like these new people coming into, I mean, there's people that are in their 40s going, oh, I'm just learning about Pokemon in 2026. No, you're just now caring about Pokemon because somebody lied to you and said that it's like profitable. It's not profitable unless you already have money to invest. And then there's way better things to invest your money in. Why are people investing tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars into Pokemon cards? I don't get it. Like, like I said, I've said it in previous videos, and I'll say it again. Oh, it's just shiny cardboard. Okay, if it's shiny cardboard, then just let the rest of us freaking buy it. All right? I get a little heated about this. I'm a little passionate about it because it's so absurd to me that they want to justify these people that have all this money and all this time to just jack up the prices of cards, artificially inflate the market on cards. I mean, we're seeing it with the common reverse holographic Eevee from Evolving Skies, because there's a Rayquaza up in the clouds in the corner of the picture. It was a 15-cent card. Now it's a $15 card. Like, if that's not market manipulation, I don't know what is. Anyway, those are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments. Make sure you like, subscribe. Have a good night. Catch you in the next video.